Why me? Is this karma or destiny or both? This question, why me, is often asked, no? Whether it is verbally asked or whether in our mind we think, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Today we're gonna have a sneak peek into the deeper secrets of life and life's dynamics, addressing this topic of karma and destiny. And destiny means a certain path and a certain destination that is defined by our actions, our thoughts, and our behaviors that lead to a certain destination. And the Brahma Kumari's understandings is that, yes, there is a destiny. Yes, there is a destination, a certain fixed path and destiny that where an individual will end up. But that destiny and that path is shaped by the choices and the actions and the behaviors of this present moment. So it is not that things are rigid and fixed, but certain, and this is where karma comes in, the understanding of karma, that certain, every action has its consequences. Every action has its results. And so every action leads to a certain consequence in the future. And high quality actions shape a future of a higher quality. And low quality actions shape a lower quality future. Now, also, it is useful to understand that karma or actions are not just physical actions. No, what I do physically, or how I, whether I smile or not smile to you. But karma is, action is also at the level of thought. Action is also at the level of intention. Action is also at the level of my dedication to things. Action is also my attitude. Action is also my vision and my perspective. Action is also what are my feelings towards you, towards others. So what is the quality of all of that? And that forms my destiny, my future destiny, that forms the path along which an individual will travel, depending on all these different forms of action, but also actions and the build-up of action, action and the quality of action can take time. It is not that I do a certain thing now and the result is immediately. The result can be tomorrow or day after tomorrow or even after a year. And within the context of the understanding of rebirth, certain consequences of actions have such impact on the consciousness that it is carried over into a next birth. And this is very useful to know and to understand, so that when certain things happen, when certain situations are there, we don't get into this victim mode of why me, but to take a certain dignified attitude. These are the consequences of past actions performed, past choices made, past behavior and behavior patterns, which I may actually still carry with me. And so whatever comes to me, I can use it as a signal to tune, to shift, or to nourish what is good. And so to say why me means I feel like a victim. And if I behave and take things in this why me mode, then I don't learn and I don't do things to shift things around. And okay, what happened in the past may have happened, and I can't change what happens in the past, but I can change now, and I can make different choices now. Also, it is very useful to let go of guilt or blame, because nobody consciously chooses his own misery. But if we perform certain actions or hold a certain attitude or vision or hold a certain awareness or cultivate a certain behavior that in the long run is harmful, it is because we don't know, we are not aware, or we don't have the farsightedness to see the consequences, or we have this limited understanding so that we can't see further. And so we don't blame ourselves, we don't feel guilty, but educate ourselves and make better choices now. Now the question then arises, what would be the best karma to perform? Because we can also, of course, look at things like charity or helping someone carry groceries or smiling at someone. And of course, at that level, we can make the choice to do something that is more positive. But our aim might be to have the highest quality of karma, the best quality of karma that creates a destiny, that forms a destiny, a future that is of the highest quality. And this is where spiritual understandings help, where this is where the understanding of the self as a spiritual being and everyone else as a spiritual being helps. Because in a world where we are not aware of our true selves, how can we perform the highest quality of karma? So the root cause of problems and of discomforts is a lack of spiritual self-awareness, a lack of understanding where we have come from, a lack of perspective on what is the purpose of life. So the highest karma in terms of self would be cultivating the understanding of the self as a spiritual being, as opposed to a physical mortal. And any action, any intention, any thought, any feeling to help others also come into spiritual awareness, that might be the highest karma. To encourage and to provide an environment for the self and for others to grow into that spiritual awareness of the self as a soul, one who is a guest in this body, an incarnation in this body, one who has come from another dimension, one who belongs to God, one who is innately immortal, a being of peace, a being of light, to grow in that awareness and to provide for others an environment, help them, encourage them, inspire them to also become spiritually awake and choose higher forms of karma. That would be the highest karma. And what would be the destiny of that? The return would be that everything and everyone also would want the best for you and cooperate with you, the soul. Of course, this is a vast topic, but to begin to observe this connection between the quality of my action, the quality of my choices, the quality of my thoughts and feelings and intention and attitude, and what comes back to me. What is the return? And of course, the call to, at every moment in time, choose the higher quality of action. And definitely come out of that victim mode. Why me? There is a past to every present, but every present also leads to a future. And the seeds for the future you are sowing now. So let us take a few moments to more deeply reflect on this. And as always, we keep the body comfortable. Let the breathing be natural. And just reflect on this understanding that the real self is the invisible experiencer, consciousness. And the body is the vehicle of the real self, the soul, which is this invisible experiencer. Body is instrument. And just reflect for a moment on this understanding. Invisible, non-physical being of consciousness. And we can symbolize the real self in the form of a tiny star. A being of light. And the being of light makes choices on how to use the body. What kind of thoughts to have. what kind of feelings to generate, what kind of vision and attitude. Most auspicious thought is to know the self as this immortal, timeless, innately peaceful, pure, spiritual being, and to see everyone also with that same vision. Travelers on this journey through matter. And every action, every thought, every feeling goes into that account of karma and forms the destiny, my future experiences. So let us aim during the rest of the day and maybe even rest of the life. Pay attention to choose best quality of thoughts, spiritual thoughts. Thank you.